Hello and welcome. This is Claudia Sky. And today I want to share another perspective on ancestral healing. So it's like part two to the video I did a few weeks ago. And I'm sitting here in front of one of the walls of the ancestors, as I like to think of them, because these walls are over 400 million years old. And when you get very, very quiet, it's hard to put in words, but many people have said it is as if time becomes fluid and you find yourself in different places throughout time. Um, so the what I want to add basically to the video I made already, and the point I want to make is that ancestral healing, while it's a vast subject, and I know I only understand and know a fraction of what is even possible or about the whole subject. I'm not an expert. However, I have a fair amount of personal experience as well as experience through my work where I see what is possible and how perhaps to initiate something and be with something as it is occurring or happening. And so what I want to share here is that if you are interested in harvesting the beauty and the gold that is in your lineage, and you want to have your ancestry and your descendants, if there are any, but you want to have your ancestors literally be a field of support in your life. You want them to be part of your team, if you will, as you are the one physically walking through life in this world today. Because you can walk with your ancestors being a force of life and of just support in your day to day. Then keep watching this video. The simplest way to start really is to see that it only takes your intention to open the gate to being in conscious relationship with your ancestors. Like everything, you can be in conscious relationship with these willow reeds. You can be in relationship with the water behind me. You can be in relationship with the sun or these rocks by simply asking to be, by saying to life or to these physical manifestations of a higher consciousness, show me how to be with you, show me how to communicate with you, show me how to understand more of you and how I might step into right relationship with you so that I can learn from you, so that you can share your wisdom and I can share mine. It is as simple as that. When we show up in life, that is with a person or something that is not a human being, with this posture of truthful, humble asking and offering, we will be met on that same frequency. And there's no different if something can physically, audibly speak or not. And your ancestors are not dead. They are still here. And since time in our third dimension is real, but in others it's not, they exist right now. And you can literally, you can be in relationship with them. Even though you might never have heard of some of them. I mean, most of our ancestors we do not know. But we carry their genetic information, who they were, their life lessons, their experiences, their traumas, their understandings. We carry all of that within us, in our DNA, many, 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 many generations back. And so you are your ancestors. And if you do not have a clear or loving or respectful or curious relationship with them, then that can change right now. It is not for the faint-hearted sometimes, depending on who you are and how your relationship is with your parents especially, to open that gate. It requires forgiveness. It requires It requires you to realize that without them, you are less than. You are less. With your ancestors at your back, available as allies for real, means we have to transcend any story we're telling ourselves of why something happened, how somebody did something to us or didn't do something to us. We have to go through these thresholds that have us hold back, keep closed, stay alone, or less supported, less than, if we do not open our heart and our whole being to the truth that is behind the facade and the experiences we've had with our parents or grandparents or other ancestors. It is through the very reopening or opening our being, ourselves, into our lineage, no matter what happened. And I know for some of us that's a really, really, really juicy, tough call. And perhaps what's on the other side of that is worth it all. And perhaps even the pathway of doing that is not as tough as it seems, because our mind makes it into something difficult and painful. But in the end, it's a process. It's just like everything else. Wouldn't you rather be free of having to hold somebody hostage or being imprisoned yourself by a story that is a long time ago? Maybe that person is already dead. And if you wait for them to ask you for forgiveness, you might never get that. But you can initiate that. You can take your power back in all these ways. You don't have to wait for anything in the external. You can simply allow the wisdom that is always within you to guide you into saying, I'll just try. I have no idea. How about for 1 week I send blessings and love to my parents and my siblings and my grandparents and all the ones that came before me? What could go wrong with that? Maybe tonight I'll just ask for one of my ancestors to give me a message that is helpful in the situation that I'm in and see what happens. Because it is as simple as that. It's an opening, it's a question, it's a posture that allows for so much healing, for so much transformation, for so much unification within your lineage. You can, and you might be the only one alive today in your lineage, or one of the few. Notice what powerful and well, what's the word? The level of responsibility you carry, because you could be the one with which it all ends. You could be the one that creates a massive healing throughout time. Because if you own and transcend the patterns that you have inherited, that you might know your grandfather dealt with, maybe there was alcoholism in your family or mental illness or any kind of struggle, but you're the one that sort of has the wherewithal to overcome this and to come out into a place of love with that. And you literally end that story. Every single person throughout time of your lineage that is related is literally shifting and benefiting because of it. You're that powerful. And the more you just own what's there without needing to fully understand it, and you let the mind just do its thing, but you conducting yourself from a higher place, from a truer place, from a place of more integrity than the mind can ever have. Well, I said that in a way I probably wouldn't say it again, but it is said. So if you choose to not let an opportunity go by, or you notice, wow, I really showed up in a way I wish I hadn't with so-and-so in my lineage, no matter if they're alive or not, you can go back to this and have a redo. Because in the field of energy and consciousness, it is happening now, and that is what counts. So you don't have to wait for anything. You don't need any practitioner to do this. You can work with somebody, but you don't have to. You simply show up for yourself, and you realize that the power is within you. You can stay in the place of this happened to me and they did this, and this I don't want to have anything to do with them. Or you get real curious and like, wow, with that level of difficulty I had, there must be an equal or greater level of something powerful for me, or else I would never have chosen that lineage. So what is it? What is there for me? How would I be walking differently if I felt proud of my lineage? If I was somebody that actually took care of something in my lineage, if I was the one ending maybe an abusive pattern, if I enlisted the support of my ancestors and now they're whispering in my ears and they're opening doors for me, because that is absolutely what can and will happen if you take this on. So it's a decision, it's an intention, it's an action that you initiate and keep walking with. And I would love to hear from you. If you take this on, or if you're already walking with this, what is happening? So that is what I wanted to share today. I'm so thrilled by this because I'm in a deep experience of this right now. And I see things that are coming, things that are already here, and it is one of the richest areas I've ever explored in my sort of spiritual experience of life. These last month around my ancestral work have been really gifting me understandings and experiences that I didn't even know about. And I'm very, very grateful to my ancestors, and that for everything. I'm no longer in resistance, and I don't need to know and understand everything either, but I can show up as my best self and not make myself into somebody that this happened to, but realize that the power already and always is within me. Have a good day.